Are you using them? Can I sit here? I'll get my stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this here. I'll be back. Thank you so much. I don't need to charge my phones. I was from there looking at here all the time, but I was one guy here, and when I realized that there's a vacancy here, okay, I will ask first if she doesn't mind. You're almost falling asleep. What happened? You're tired?
The weather.
Huh?
The weather.
No, you are almost falling asleep. I look to you and
No, I'm not sleeping. I'm just tired.
okay. You look tired, but you look sad. What happened? All right, relax. Finish.
Yeah.
Go home, sleep.
Yeah.
You really need to go home. Do you work at night or what?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Alright.
What do you do for a living?
Hmm?
What do you do in your work?
What do you say?
What work you do?
I'm a carer.
Ah, that's why you work at night.
Yeah. Alright. See you later.
See you. Nice to see you. I think
Yeah.
it's not the first time. I think you were here
Yeah.
before. I remember you.
Oh, okay.
That's why I approached. Okay, I already know her. That's fine.
Alright. Bye.
Bye.
Excuse me. Is there a way that I can sit there to charge my phone?
Yeah,
Since there's an extra plug.
yeah.
Is
You
that fine?
can use yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Do you know what? I've been looking there a couple of times,
Looking
couple
for
of
me?
times,
No, I moved
and I
to
was
a
like,
new.
the gentleman is not here anymore.
I was, yeah, I was not there. I am not there anymore. It's true. No, because I needed to charge the phones and yeah. So I was looking at this seat for 1 hour, but there wasn't a guy here for a long time. Suddenly I see it empty, but was a lady out there, and I asked her the permission, and she told me that I could. So she's gone now. This sympathetic lady,
Yeah.
also sympathetic and shy, reminds me of a good friend who I know in my country from. I think she was 14 years old. Her mother was some of the before, not now, but before when I met her mother 30 years ago, she was some of the most beautiful ladies in my town. Her and her sister. Um, Her sister married one guy, I don't know who he is, and she married a big, large black guy called Louis. It's a nice person, but he had gambling problems. He was blowing away
Gambling.
gambling, and blowing away all the family money, and she kicked him
Addiction.
out.
Addiction.
Addiction, yeah. She get rid of him, and she's alone now. But now she, what was again like this before, now is like she's not interested anymore. Yeah, that part grew a lot, and yeah, and other things. And but her daughter looks like her, is acting like her, but is a little bit taller and larger. Is extremely beautiful. But she was married when I found her back here in England. I met her when she was 14. Father was behind her. She was doing ice skating, and I remember that she fell off. She got hurt in the coccyx. She fractured the coccyx because the fall was harsh. And then I didn't see her anymore because I left the country. Suddenly, I'm talking to her uncle, and she shows up in front of my eyes, already big, and with two kids. And I remember you. And she said, I remember you too. And we start talking, become friends. I met her husband, nice guy, and that's it. So, but yeah, it reminds me of her. I think her name is Miriam. Miriam.
Hmm?
Her name was Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as she sat there, I immediately came to my mind. Oh, it's Miriam's twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not exactly the same, but resembles a lot. Eyes, expression.
Mhm, yeah.
But the other one is much older than you. She's had
Yeah.
two kids already. It's a situation I don't think you want to be yet so soon. Yeah, so that's it. And what about you? Did you check? You didn't have time to check the case. You asked me advice on the criminal
I'm
case.
searching for the right time because
Yeah, go in the database. You see, when you check because it's not a case. It's not a case itself. It's just an activity for your course, isn't it? Or it's not. The thing you showed me. What
this
is?
is an activity after reading.
Okay.
We do it at home,
It's a fictitious case.
and they're
Fictional
gonna
case.
give us a feedback, and then probably we're gonna do something similar in the workshop.
But it's very, very realistic because in my time, at least when I started my course, the activity was something like this. Imagine there is a rule in which people cannot use red hats, and John was captured by the police wearing a red hat. How would you defend?
Mm,
Stupid things, you understand? Ridiculous scenarios. But to start, understand how to apply the law, how to interpret the law was enough.
yeah.
Obviously, true cases, fictional or not, it came later on when we were preparing ourselves to the assignments. And the cases usually had a big number of details that we have to look after, not applying only one specific article, specific um, statutes, legislation statute, but sometimes more than one. For example, we had one in preparation for the first exam. We had one in which a lady gone to a shop but involved in a fight. In the fight, they broke stuff because it was a shop, like a supermarket. They broke stuff, and we have to figure out how many pieces of legislation she broke. and she broke the piece, and she acted disorderly. She acted criminally because she attacked the lady, and there was criminal damage as well. So all that piece of legislation applied. But obviously, the reason why we did it so well is because the tutor, the teacher we had, was my first teacher, probably the best one. We had other teachers very good. Robinson, the Irish one, was also very good. But Greg, what's the name? Carl something was the guy, one of the guys who wrote the Human Rights Act for the government. He was also my tutor in the second or third year. This teaching methods are amazing. I still remember everything we spoke in that tutorial. Was about the devolution powers, something that you probably didn't remember. Devolution powers. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland since 1998 or 1999, they start having their own parliament, their own members of parliament, their own first minister, that we have to learn everything because that's from where the translation comes.
I'm sorry to distract
Right?
you. No. How would you distinguish the primary legislation versus secondary legislation?
Can't hear you.
This is the first year. You ask a good question, but I can't answer anymore. No, I forgot. But I remember to talk about that. Primary legislation, secondary. It was the time of John Herman. That's a long time ago. I don't know anymore. And I'm not sure if it's relevant when we start to apply the legislation. I don't know how relevant it is in the sense because legislation is legislation. Primary or secondary, you need both.
The primary is bill, a draft of the legislation.
And secondary. Oops. You forgot?
No. I need to read many other things.
Okay, I give you a chance.
Let me see.
I give you a second chance. You see? Yeah, and you still. Oh, sorry. You, I know. It's not you. It's the.
So does that mean it's
It's
cancelled?
I thought it was that it's not your right or
So
something.
Yep.
are we doing it next week, Sunday instead then?
Because I put my foot against the table leg. Uh, and yeah, and now imagine me that I learned this about 10 years ago. But if wasn't the excellent tutor we had, John Herman, we wouldn't do so well. I remember in the second year, I spoke with one of the ladies in my group, and I asked her, you know,
Don't worry.
do you agree
We're still
that
fine.
um, John
We're still
Herman,
fine, like I
the
totally
way
understand.
he
Plus I need
explained
to charge my
things
phone
and
anyway,
make
so.
make us understand
Yeah.
cause an
Fine.
impact in our performance in the final exam? And she
I'm
said,
at college Wednesday,
yes,
Thursday,
because
Friday.
as far as I know, everyone who was in that tutorial passed over 60 points. All right, good to know that.
Yeah.
Did you
see,
hear about the situation with the ID cards?
the digital ID
Yeah.
cards.
Yes.
I didn't go through that yet, but I have to because I'm foreign and I need to know.
Yeah.
That's,
Of course.
that's right. So I will have a look because for now I'm not. That wasn't implemented yet, or is it? Was already implemented? No, it's just a plan they have. Right. So, but I need to read. I need to do a little bit over that because I'm foreign, just like you. So I'm totally legal, but if something new comes, I need to update. I need to call the services to the visa services to make sure if I do the right thing. It's like when I applied for a settlement status, I called them several times to know exactly what to do, how to do, etc. And I thought I was going to face issues, but no, I did it very easily. You understand? It was quick and easily. And as soon as it was approved, I received a letter by email, and that's it. And I asked them, is there is any possibility of this being revoked? She said no. Unless you stop living in the UK, that could be revoked. But as long as you live in the UK, doesn't matter what you do, it's never revoked. So but if there is the digital ID coming up, I need also to be aware if I need to do or what I need to do. So, yeah, but you know, this thing of studying law involves a lot of things. I loved my course, and if I have a chance to finish, I wrote it last year, but I didn't go until the end to start the course because I have a residential problem. I lost my place, and currently I have no conditions to finish my course. Right. What is legislation? Acts of Parliament, subordinate legislation, public and private acts of Parliament. Yes, I remember to read this. Yeah. We gone all the way through the legislation process since the moment the bill is proposed until the moment the bill is drafted, and then the process that leads to the passing of the bill and until its enforcement. But since the moment the bill is proposed until the moment the bill is enforced, it takes several months or sometimes more than a year.
First reading, second reading, etc., etc.
Because it's not only what complicates a new law to come up and start to enforce it is that we have two parliaments. We have the House of Commons and we have the House of Lords. It is passed in the what's the name, House of Commons, and then it goes to the House of Lords to propose changes, and then it has to go back again. And as soon as it goes back and is amended, because the House of Lords suggested changes that is amended, it goes again from the beginning to the House of Commons. And then the House of Commons suggests new amendments, it has to go again to the House of Lords. It's like a ping pong ball. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Goes and back, goes and back, goes and back. You understand? It's a little bit complex. And there is also something that I didn't know in my country. Though we don't have that, but in here they have it. It's a little bit more transparent. They have a lobbyist room. What is the lobbyist room? What is the lobbyist room? Is before the votation, before they vote to pass or not the legislation or to amend the legislation, they have those rooms. The parliamentary groups, like the Labour, for example, the MPs, join together in that lobbyist room and they will discuss. The same does the Conservatives, the same does the Greens and the Liberal Democrats. You understand? And then when they come with new ideas. You understand? And this thing of drafting legislation, it sometimes is a little bit tricky because I remember in my country, the guy was not a member of the government, was just employed by the government to draft the legislation. He received 100,000 euros to put, a comma.
Mm-hmm.
You know what is a comma? Yeah. There is the period point and the question mark and the comma. To put a comma in the middle. And putting a comma in the middle, it changes the meaning completely. The application was completely different. And you just put the comma, nobody noticed, and the legislation goes through like that.
Mm-hmm.
The legislation gone through like that. Without the comma, the application was one way. With a comma in the middle, the meaning, the application of that statute.
So we had the same example in the just the first foundation of legal practice, and it was saying exactly that one comma changed everything.
Exactly.
Give me please an example.
And
Give me an example.
well, now it's a little bit complex because English language is not exactly my expertise. I speak quite well, but to formulate a sentence that can change with a comma in the middle, I have to have a better knowledge of the English language. But let me see. Something trivial, like something we do every day. Yeah, the problem is that when we common people, when we write, we don't use the comma many times. We just write it straight. You understand? And now it's difficult to find some sentence that can change with a comma in the middle. The thing is, the people who are in assigned us to write the legislation, to draft the legislation, they are people who have special courses of literacy. Understand? Some of them are lawyers, others not really. They might have a course of English, professor of English, or something else. But they are specifically there and they are trained to draft the legislation in a way that should be understood, clear, and practical.
Draft man.
Yeah, It's a team, not only one. For example,
Not
Carl,
only one.
yeah, he's not one. It's a team. They work as a team. Carl Gardner is the tutor that I was going to. I was trying to pick up the name, and the name was under the tongue. It was not coming up. Carl Gardner was one of my tutors, the one that was one of the best tutors I had, and he was part of that. He was a barrister. He's a tutor now. I think he was in BPP. He was in BPP. I'm not sure he's still there. In my time, he was in BPP and was also in Open University where I did the course. And he was one. He was part of the team, part of the committee who wrote the Human Rights Act. So he was a good friend of Tony Blair, the prime minister by that time, who was also a barrister. Tony Blair was a barrister, and Carl Gardner was also a barrister. So they knew each other. They were friends. They worked together. They were in the government. And when I asked John Herman, my own tutor, if Carl Gardner was the guy who wrote the Human Rights Act, he said no, he was part of the committee who wrote the Human Rights Act. So this means that there is a committee of people to write specific legislation, but it's not always the same team. They have different teams, if you understand, because there is different expertise. Some are more keen to human and civil rights. Others are more into contract law.
Yes.
You cannot. It's the same. You cannot use an electrician to fix a tap. If you want to fix a tap, you have to call a plumber, not an electrician, and vice versa. And here is exactly the same. Lawyers or barristers who are experts in human rights, they write legislation about that specific.
I need to keep the table over there.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. I wait. There's so much we could talk about this.
Oh yes.
Law is a lovely subject. I love it, but
Me too.
to start working in law is quite old, quite late for me. I'm already quite old, and I was warned about that when I was doing the course. You'll never get a job. You're already in your 50s. They prefer young.
First of all, that's not true because you are knowledgeable and you can find a job. As long as you know what you're doing, you can find a job anytime you want.
But law is an area that give us different opportunities in different kinds of jobs. I don't need to be a lawyer
Yes.
to enjoy my course of law. I could be a legal executive. I could be, if I do an additional course, I could be a manager of one company. If I do a master of business administration, I can work for the courts, for example, to work in bankruptcies. They are lawyers and they have also knowledge and the course of business management. Understand? A master of business and master of business MBA. Many lawyers have it, and you don't have to do a course of economy to do a master of business administration. You can be a lawyer. You understand? So, but there is it's too many areas that the course of law um, covers and give us the chance to follow our career.
Which is the best one, the highest one, and which is the one that is the busiest one?
What do you mean? In terms of job, in terms of career?
The one that has more, how to say, knowledge. For example, okay, I'm gonna do your contract. Okay, this is a criminal case. Someone who is more generic and that can handle everything.
I'm not understanding your question. So you refer to the profession, to the legal
So
profession?
instead of someone who is limited only to contract and nothing else, like I cannot help you, I don't know, someone who knows everything and
No, it
can.
doesn't exist.
Huh?
It doesn't exist. Is this law can be in England mostly can be compared to the practice of a doctor. There is the GP,
Yep.
and GP means general practice.
Yep.
And the solicitor sometimes covers a little bit of everything, but he is not expert. I went to a friend who is a lawyer, and I explained the problem I had at the moment, and he said, "You need a human rights lawyer." Actually, he was wrong. I needed a public law human rights lawyer. And he didn't know. He was a solicitor, quite a busy person. So, but he was a high street solicitor. He's the kind of solicitor that picks up a little bit of everything, but there are areas that he might not be ready, prepared to cover. And
Yeah.
that's why he has to direct someone else. It's like, yep,
Sorry. Thank you.
she might be sacked and me kicked out from here to distract the people. So I apologize for comparing you to the other person, but
Oh,
the
no,
other
no,
person
it's
is not
fine.
a bad person. So it's not about
No, no, no,
comparison.
don't worry, it's all
But it's the
fine.
expression and the eyes
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remind me her. But
No, no,
she's different. She's taller, she's older, and large, but she's very beautiful.
no, don't worry, it's all fine.
Yeah.
There's no issue, don't
Because
worry.
sometimes people don't like comparisons.
No, yeah, I know.
Someone else, because there are people who think they are unique, but
No,
that's
it's
no,
true.
that's not the
Well, I
case.
get you. It's
Yeah.
all fine, don't worry. No need to worry.
So you're drawing?
Yeah, I just like randomly colour again here. So,
Okay, so you're gonna be a painter?
no. I do fashion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So you design.
yeah. But I'm more digital than more artsy, if that makes sense. Yeah.
But it's still a job that can be successful here in UK.
Yeah, if you work hard, yeah.
Because now everything comes from China. So that's why now everything comes from China, unless it's designed here,
Yeah.
made in China. I don't know. Probably it is.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, but you being here saved my life. I'll tell you why. Because when you arrived and you asked to sit, there was two guys. I think they are two guys. They are probably Romanian. I think they are Romanian. And when many times they sit in here to charge their phones, but they smell alcohol.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, and they really
Yeah. It's
some
fine.
pleasant people. They were here. They're right behind you. And I saw when I saw that coming, I told myself, "Oh, it's good. The girl is here." And they make noise. They put the mobile phone with Romanian music and
Yeah.
sometimes TV shows, and they are together watching, and
Yeah.
it's very unpleasant. So
I get it, don't worry.
yeah, I'm glad you stayed here right the right moment.
It's all fun.
No, don't touch anything because you're gonna eat. Don't. Do not touch anything with that. No, there's so many good movies that people haven't seen like Julius. No, never really story. Things like that. It makes sense. Yes, There must be the forest.
Thank you so much for letting me charge my phone. I've
No
got to go
problem.
catch the bus.
All right. And thank you for your company to save him from
No, of
those.
course. Have they gone?
I'm not sure. They probably go inside because there's another plug in the last level.
Oh
On the
yeah.
other side.
Of
They
course.
probably are there.
Yeah.
You didn't see them? No, they're not.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye. It's time to change here. Okay. Gone.
What's a buffer?
example, there is something to you might destroy. Yeah, cancel. I don't have to. Take this.
Alright, and aquí. Putting things are safe. 56.
Hi,
How are you?
but it's raining. I didn't expect
Alicia.
1 hour. How are you?